Welcome to our showroom here at California Car Company. We're over here on the side of the building, and today we're going to take a look at this gorgeous 66 Mustang. This is a factory A-code 4-barrel 4-speed car, which is really nice. It's $289, and it's the factory color as well. This is Heritage Burgundy, and we bought this car from a local family here in Roswell, Georgia, who had done a lot of the restoration work themselves. They had painted the car, had done some interior work to it, but it didn't need a whole lot, and brought the car in for us to take a look at, and they kept telling us, oh, we're going to have to repaint the car, but we were actually able to save the paint that they used on this vehicle after a lot of sanding, buffing, and polishing. It just had a lot of orange peel in it. This is an original California car that was brought out here back in the early 70s, just before the family that we bought it from purchased it. So let's take a walk around it, and you'll get to see how nice this car is. We did put the style steel wheels and the double redline tires on it, which just really makes these cars, it makes them jump. It adds a lot of style, a lot of character to it. This color is an unusual color. You don't see it too much on these 66s. This is not a GT car, this is a non-GT car, but you can see we've done a couple of things to it that was done on the GT cars. We did put the trumpet exhaust panel on it at the back. This car didn't have that when we purchased it, but it's a great accessory on these cars that makes it look really nice. It's kind of the formidable way to be able to use the rear valence panel, have the exhaust pipes come through it, makes it sound really nice. We did put all new exhaust on this car. The engine was completely built, re-gone through, new seals, new rings, bearings, heads were done, port and polished and kept and everything. Stock cam, so it's not cammed or anything, but it's these 4-barrel factory A-code 289 cars were actually pretty quick for the car, and the 4-speed makes it even more fun. Clutch is new in it, and catches right at the top. It's nice and smooth, doesn't chatter or jump. So the engine rebuild on it probably only has, I would say, roughly 10,000 miles on it since it was built. Engine's been, the oil's been changed in it. It's very smooth, it runs very nicely. I've driven this car several times here around town, just checking things out on it, and it's very fun to drive. Doesn't overheat, it's got a brand new radiator in it. And this fog light bar on the front is actually not a reproduction. This is an original 66 fog light bar that we bought out in California and installed on this car. It's a great feature, it's a great add-on, really dresses up the front of these cars, and it functions correctly. It's been wired in correctly through the headlight switch, so that when you flip this on, the rear tail lights come on as well, so you can use them as driving lights, which is just the way they were designed to be used. Let's walk up here and we'll take a look at the interior. Something nice about this interior of this vehicle, the seat covers are original to this car. There's no tear marks in them. There's no pull marks at the seams. And front seats and the back seat. You notice this car also has front and rear seat belts in it, which is a nice feature, especially if you're going to be cruising around with your kids or, you know, family members. The dash pad is also original in this car, and that's kind of tough to find on these cars because most of them, the center of this it starts smiling in the middle of it. So every look at the dash and you see it grinning. These start sagging, but this one has started to do it on this side. Not so bad on that side. It's got a few wrinkles in the top of it, but for an original dash pad, it's in very good condition. We did install new door panels on it. This chrome mylar on these door panels usually ends up coming off over time, so we did install correct new door panels, front seat belts in it. And this car was a console delete car. It did not have the floor console in it when we purchased it, but we found an original console out in California and painted it up so that it looks nice and put the new inserts in the top of it. Just so you can see, factory 4-speed, which is nice. It also has the flasher emergency signal switch inside the glove box. You can see that switch up there, and that's what that's for. Owner's manual and everything goes with it as well. Headliner's in really nice condition in this car too. All that's really nice. Dashboard. This car, it shows to have 114,000 miles on it. He has documentation to verify that it was 114,000. But like I said, everything's been gone through and freshened up on it. Engine detail, or the engine build and everything. So it's ready to be driven and have fun with. While we're here, let's move the seat belts out of the way and we'll jump in it and fire it up. Got to make sure we got e-brake out, clutch in. We're in neutral, and this thing has the correct shifter in it with the T-handle pull to lock out reverse. That way, if you're running high gear and you want to flip second, you don't have to worry about accidentally putting it in reverse. That would not be a good thing. Get the key out of my pocket here. Excuse me for the delay. Here we go. Key in. I'm not even going to touch the gas. I won't touch the gas. That quick. She fires right up. Let's peek out the back so you don't see. You can see. No smoke. Comes right down to idle, no problem. I think the parking brake will hold it for us, and it will. So we can get out and look at the exhaust on it. See, no smoke. It's got a nice stock exhaust sound to it. We didn't put Flowmasters or anything on it, so it's nice and quiet. And new pipes from front to rear. So it's all nice and clean from front to back, no problems there. No exhaust leaks or anything on it either. Let me shut her down and we'll look inside the trunk. Get my finger out of the camera. This car does have a car cover that goes with it in the bag. That's included in the car. And you can see all the correct trunk linings back here, spare tire cover, and we always do 5 matching style steel wheels and double redline tires, so we don't skimp out and only give you 4. The original jacking instructions in the deck lid. This is something that's super cool that you really don't see a lot. The paint that's on the underside of this deck lid is original. This was not painted to show that the color of the car was always Heritage Burgundy. And one little corner torn off the jacking instructions, but hey, I'd probably have a corner torn off me if I was this old. So this is also a rear speaker car, which is kind of nice. It has the optional rear speaker in the center of the back, which is a correct option for these cars. It wasn't cut out. Most people put the speakers one on each side, but this one has the correct one in the center. And it isn't a later style FM radio, AM FM cassette, but they did not cut the dash out to put it in. So if you wanted to put a factory style radio in it, you wouldn't have to worry about welding and having to fix the dash. This closes super nice and tight. Over here, let's push this door too so we can listen to how the doors close on it. Look at that. Don't have to slam it. I can hold it about right here and let it go. And it closes nice and tight. Something also on these Mustangs, these quarter windows are always a problem on these cars when you roll them up and down. They're bad about catching or falling out of the track. And these roll up and down with no problems. All the way back to the top. Both sides are the same way, there's no issues there. That's always something to check if you're looking for a Mustang, because these quarter windows, I own a 65 myself, and they're always an issue if they jump out of the tracks. Let's look at this door. Nice new door panel. And both of these front windows too roll up and down nice, and the glass is not cracked on them as well. Let's check this quarter window because this is more problematic than the front windows. All the way down, nice and smooth, all the way back up. No jumping, other than the camera shaking. I apologize for that. And this door as well closes the same way. You can just kind of push it and it closes right too. Let's go up here and pop the hood. We'll take a look at the engine on this baby. Freshly detailed engine compartment. You can see correct hoses and clamps and belts and everything on it as well. And this is a factory A code. You can see kind of right there. The A code in it is right there. You can see right there's your A. All right. We did put new spark plugs on it, new spark plug wires, fresh coal, all that's been done on it. Carburetor was rebuilt just before we purchased this car, and it's nice and fresh and nice and clean. I'll pull this off so you can see the 4-barrel under here. There you go. And it is the correct 4-barrel carburetor. It's not an aftermarket version or anything. It's a correct auto light. There you go. Just so you can see. Set this back down on here. Okay. New air filter element in there as well, which is always nice. You always want the car to breathe really well when you first get it, especially if you're opening up those 4 barrels. Underside of this car is really nice as well. There's no rust in it. That's the nice thing about a California car. There's no rust in it anywhere. And you can see that right there is the bracket where the smog pump used to go, and then it still has the water pump pulley on it for the smog pump, but 90% of the time it's removed. A lot of people don't keep it on there because they say it robs horsepower. Price on this car is $24,950. It's a great price for a factory A-code 4-speed car with power steering, which is also nice. Double redline tires and style steels, fog light bar. It's just a beautiful car altogether. If you've got any questions, please feel free to give us a call. You can reach us at 770-992-4542. Check out our website at californiacarco.com. And we got a full inventory of cars on there. You're welcome to come by and see us in Roswell, Georgia as well. Thank you very much.